The Untapped Property Playbook's Guide to Subject to Deals. Buy a house with no money down, no banks, no credit checks, no traditional mortgage approval. Sounds like a scam, right? Yeah, I thought the same thing until I closed my first Subject to deal. Since then, I've used this method to control properties, build cash flow, and scale my portfolio without ever stepping foot inside a bank. But here's the thing, it's not magic. It's strategy. And today, I'm pulling back the curtain to decode one of real estate's most powerful and most misunderstood tools, the Subject to deal. Let's get into it. Let's start with the basics. Subject to, that's short for subject to the existing financing, is a creative financing method where you, as the buyer, take over a property's existing mortgage payments, but the loan stays in the seller's name. You get the deed, which means you own the property. But the mortgage? It stays right where it is, under the seller's name with the lender. So, why would a seller ever agree to that? It's simple motivation. Maybe they're facing foreclosure, going through a divorce, relocating for work, or just tired of being a landlord. They need a fast solution, and you come to the table with one. Relief from those monthly payments, no waiting on a slow bank process, and a clean exit. In return, you gain control of real estate, often with little to no money out of pocket. Now, let's break down how these deals actually work. There are three common types of subject to structures. First, cash to loan. This one's the most straightforward. The purchase price equals the mortgage balance. No extra cash needed. You just step in and start making the payments the seller used to make. For example, the property's worth $200,000 and a loan balance is $200,000. You take over the payments, no down payment, no fuss. Second, seller carryback. Here, the seller wants a little something extra. Maybe they want $10,000 above what's owed. You take over the mortgage and sign a second note promising to pay them the rest over time. For example, the house is worth $220,000, mortgage is $200,000. You offer $220,000 with $200,000 subject to and $20,000 via note to the seller, payable over 5 years. Third, wraparound mortgage. This is where it gets layered. You agree to a new loan with the seller that wraps around their existing mortgage. You make one payment to them, and they use part of it to pay their lender. It can help if you're offering better terms, or if there's a spread to make some passive income for the seller. Think of it like a sandwich loan. The original mortgage is in the middle, you're on top, and the seller's in between. Whichever type you use, the key is this. You control the asset, you make the payments, and ideally, you profit from the property. Rent it out, lease option it, fix it up, or just hold it for equity growth. So, why do seasoned investors love subject to deals? Let me break it down for you. First, no bank approval needed. Bad credit? No problem. The bank isn't qualifying you. The loan's already there. Second, low or no down payment. Some deals require zero cash up front, or just enough to cover closing costs. Third, speed. No 45-day lender delays. Deals can close in a week, sometimes less. Fourth, lower interest rates. Imagine locking in a 3% mortgage in 2025 when rates are pushing 7%. Fifth, fewer closing costs. No lender origination fees, points, or heavy title requirements. It's a lean, efficient, investor-friendly way to gain control of property and start building equity on someone else's loan. Now listen up, before you go chasing deals with dollar signs in your eyes, we need to talk about the risks. This isn't a get-rich-quick trick. There are real landmines here if you're not careful. First risk, the due-on-sale clause. Most mortgages have a clause that says, if the property is sold or transferred, the lender can call the loan due, meaning they want full payoff right now. How to mitigate? While banks rarely enforce this, especially if payments are current, you want to keep that loan in good standing. Use a land trust in some cases and consult legal pros before structuring the deal. Second risk, seller liability. The loan's still in their name. If you mess up, their credit takes the hit. How to mitigate? Use detailed contracts, communicate regularly, and often offer to make payments through a servicing company so there's a paper trail. Third risk, insurance challenges. If the deed changes, but the mortgage doesn't, insurers can get confused. A claim might be denied. How to mitigate? Talk with an insurance agent who understands subject to deals. Usually, a non-owner occupant policy plus a lender's interest rider solves this. Fourth risk, title issues. Messy paperwork or unresolved liens can come back to bite you. How to mitigate? Always use a title company, get a title search, and never skip due diligence, even if it's an off-market deal. And remember, this video is for educational purposes only. Always consult a licensed attorney and real estate professional in your state before doing a subject to deal. Here's the truth. The subject to strategy isn't new, but most folks still don't know how to use it. They're either scared of what they don't understand, or they jump in reckless, chasing fast money. But if you approach it with the right mindset, strategy over shortcuts, caution over hype, subject to can unlock a whole new path to property ownership. No banks, no gatekeepers, just knowledge, hustle, and execution. If this video opened your eyes, hit that like button to let YouTube know this content matters. Subscribe for more untapped strategies real investors use, outside the box but fully in the game. And drop a comment below. What's your biggest question about doing a subject to deal? I'll be diving deeper into this topic in future videos, so speak up. I'm listening. This is the Untapped Property Playbook, real strategies for real estate freedom. Until next time, stay sharp, stay strategic, and keep building.